Hi, I'm Michelle Cool and welcome to my channel Pretty Pink Soul Movement, and today I'm doing a video on wish crafting. So we're going to discuss what it is and how to go about it and what the steps are, and I'll give you some practical examples so you can apply them to your life. And wish crafting is actually quite easy, so let's get into it. So wish crafting is actually very simple and very easy, and the only thing that makes it hard for us to wish for what we want is our ego mind, because we receive the messages from our heart space on what we want, and then we get tripped up with the whole, but how am I going to get it? What am I going to do about it? Nothing ever works out for me, based on our mind's recollection of past experiences. And I get it, it's hard. Like I know how to do this process. And, some days if I'm not in the right frame of mind, if my energy isn't balanced, if I'm not grounded, I can't do it either, because you need to do the wish crafting from a sacred space. So kind of a trick to wish crafting is to notice when you're in a light energy or a kind of a heavy, dense energy. So say if I'm like, now I'm light and happy and I'm excited to share this with you, because I received a message from Spirit this morning saying, get onto wish crafting, do a video on that. I'm like, are you sure? It's been a while since you guys have told me to keep away from the camera and stuff like that. And then I got repetitive messages and in my sleep last night. So I'm doing it now. I'm trusting the energy. I'm going with the flow. I feel light about it. I feel fun. I feel energetic. Therefore, it's going to only produce good results. So I'm in a light energy now. So I'm in the perfect energy to manifest or wishcraft what I want. Let's compare it to heavy energy when you're kind of fed up. As I described before, when you're like, I'm sick of this, nothing good ever happens for me. We can't really manifest good things from that space. So we just need to notice that energy, and I'll give you the steps on how to do that. So I'll give you my first example of how I wishcrafted or manifested something in my life. Well, it was actually in a relationship. So it was probably about 4 years ago. Not that that matters too much, but I was actually going for a walk and I was like, okay, let's try this wish crafting / manifestation. So it's just a nicer, fancier word for it, which I really like. So I'm going, okay, what attributes do I want him to have? I want him to, have his own business. So he's got that freedom so he can do things as well. I want him to be very open-minded, and I have the ability to discuss spiritual things with him so we can connect on that level. I said I wanted him to have lots of money. And then I can't remember all the characteristics, but it's like, tall, good looking, this and that. It was a list I rattled off about 20 things. The trick though, to having that manifest in my life, which was literally probably maybe a couple of days after, was one, I was walking. So that's like a light meditation. And during walking, you're getting distracted by things. So I had the ability to let the outcome go, which is what you need 1000% to actually wishcraft something into your life. So I was walking along, I was like, okay, cool. I was holding the energy really lightly. I wasn't begging, I wasn't demanding from the universe. I was like, do, okay, cool. So I want this, I want that. It's almost like you have to expect it not really to happen, so you don't care that much and you kind of let it go. So I was like, I want this, I want that, I want to have lots of money. Oh, look, there's a doggy over there. Oh, look, there's a park. Oh, I love that house, So you wish for it, you ask for it, you let it go, and then you're distracted by the things around you, which is exactly how you do it. And then I didn't really give it a thought about what I asked for, and then he just poofed in front of me a couple of days later. And he was tall, he had his own business, and he was like earning 20 grand a week because he was flying up north. And in Western Australia, we have a lot of mining up north, and then he was like, oh, you know, I bought my last girlfriend a car, I could buy you a Mercedes and stuff like that. And while, you know, I've had lots of opportunities like that to, I guess, have a sugar D, I'm just too independent. Like, I want to do that stuff myself. So that didn't really interest me, even though that's what I wanted. It wasn't really what I wanted. So that didn't work out for me. So I got what I asked for, but I didn't really want it. So anyway, it's having fun. It's having a play. That's how we get used to wishcrafting things into our life. Just have fun with it, have a play with it. So next example is I wanted a home of my own. Previously, I built 2 other houses with 2 other partners, and because we split up, obviously we had to dissolve the house or sell it or whatever. So this time I'm like, no, 2 houses I've built myself. I'm gonna build the next one, and it's gonna be just in my name, so no one can take it away from me. So that's what I really wanted, but didn't know how I was gonna get there because I had all these, you know, society constructs telling me, or other people telling me as well, that I couldn't get that by myself being a contractor. So anyway, so I kept telling myself, no, that became, other people's story became my story. And I was sitting with my girlfriend in her house that she had by herself on her like new couch, and she had all her like magazines and books around her, and she could watch whatever she wanted, whenever she wanted. And I'm like, oh, I wish I had this so much. I just want to, you know, sit on my couch by myself and, you know, flick through magazines and journal and read books, and I would love that. And then, you know, we had a bit of a chat about it, and then I kind of let it go. So see how that energy I was in when I was actually asking for it, I'm like, I want this. Like, oh, this feels so good. You know, I was doing it at the time too. I was actually doing the act. Now, this was a bigger dream for me to manifest because obviously there was a lot that had to kind of come. Sometimes it doesn't. My sister manifested this house. She put it on a picture of this big house on a vision board and said that she only wanted it to be $300 a week, and she wanted to have like acres and acres of land, which sounds crazy, right? But she wasn't going to purchase it. She wanted to rent, and it ended up being an ex-display home up in the hills, had its own freaking lake, acres and acres of land, this old display home with so many rooms, and for $300 a week, like crazy. Like that could have gone for $1,000. So, you know, she put a picture of something similar she wanted, she asked for it, she put it on a vision board. I've got goosebumps now, and it happened, you know. So that stuff can happen, but I guess for me it worked out in a different way. I wanted to purchase my own home, and I don't think at the time I had a deposit, but it, you know, once I split from my partner, then I got half the equity in the home. I used that for the deposit. So that kind of like, it was a slower process. So just note sometimes things take longer. We can't, you know, instantly manifest stuff. You don't know, like someone could say, I don't know, someone you don't even know put you in their will, the next minute you got their house. Like you know, don't want to think like that, but it can happen. But for me, this is how it happened because I had lots of blocks in the way about how it needed to play out, which is what trips us up. So anyway, so I wanted that, I got that wish, and then the universe will give you signs how to get there. So the sign came through another friend of mine that was like, Michelle, I'm a contractor too. Just go and talk to a broker. And I'm like, no, my old story's playing out. No. They'll say no because I'm a contractor, this and this reason and that reason, and I haven't got deposit yet, blah, blah, blah. He's like, Michelle, just go. Literally for a year, he was saying this to me. And I was like, no, because I had that story playing in my head. So I was getting the guidance through the universe, through him, and I wasn't listening. So it took a lot longer. Anyway, one day I did, and I even got in there, and I'm speaking to the broker. I'm like, yeah, I can't have a loan, can I? Because I'm just a contractor. He's like, no, you can. He's like, definitely. You know, and he gave me all the reasons why, and I was just like, what? You know, so there we go. And then it kind of went on from there. And initially I was going to buy already built house, but I just, after looking for so long, I thought, oh my God, I can't find what I want. And then I cut out of my home magazine floor plan for a house. I thought I'll just cut out any old floor plan, stuck it on my vision board / cupboard because I was sharing a house at the time. Not even thinking about the design being what I wanted. I just bloody want something. There we go, slap it on. Literally when I decided, I thought I'll contact one of the home designers and see if they've got any land. And they're like, no, we don't have land in that area for the size I was looking for. And I was like, fine. And then literally a week later, like, oh my God, we've just got this whole design's been approved and it's opening up. And when they showed me the design, because it was already approved designs, it was literally the same as what I had up. So be careful if you want something. I mean, if you just want something to manifest, like, I don't care, I'm happy with the house I have. Just pick anything if you're finding it too hard to choose. But if you can be specific, it's even better. So I'll give you another example about how I manifested a job. So I was working at this place where I met, I think he'd be probably my last serious-ish boyfriend that I had. And I met him at work, and we were driving home one day after work, and they had this new road project, and you know, they had all the sand laid out and stuff, and it was like a massive project in my area, which was going to make my life a lot easier to get to places. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, I wish I could work on that project. That would be so awesome, close to home. You know, it's a project, so it'd be more money. I want more money. And what was the other thing I said? Oh, and I was really interested in knowing how they build roads, like I love. You know, I can be spiritual, but I'm very analytical, and I love knowing how things are built and how things work and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, wow. You know, I was talking to my boyfriend at the time, like, I really want that. And then because we were driving, right, this is the distraction, you know, and because we were chatting, I let it go. It was just like a balloon. Poof, I let it go. I let that wish go. I wish crafted it, didn't even know. It rhymes. So yeah, and then literally, so get this. This was the shitty / good thing. So this guy was like a big catalyst to my next level of my spiritual awakening. And I'd seen past lives with him before. And I knew it when I met him too, because I was like, this asshole. That was the first impression I got, and then I dated him. Nice enough guy, but my soul recognized him. How many times he'd screw me over in past lives. Anyway, I digress. So, you know, because we were driving along, and everything was fine when I was wishcrafting, right? But I made this wish, and literally everything at work fell apart. My boss, for some reason, he was so nice, flipped the other way and threw me under the bus. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I started having issues with my boyfriend. And then I was to the point where I couldn't even go to work because I was just like so upset with what was happening. I just couldn't do it. And then I just decided to resign. Like, I had my house at that point. I'm like, I don't care if I don't have the money to pay my mortgage. I'm like, I can't do it. My soul is dying. So I left. And then literally, I think it was like the next day, something dodgy happened with my boyfriend. So we broke up, and that was like my last massive codependent relationship. Had such a breakdown from that. But straight after, it was probably about maybe 4 or 5 days after, so I had some healing to do. You know, it did take a bit longer than that, but you know, I had some healing to do, had some time to cry over all the situations. And then I got a call about the road project, which was around the corner from my house. Like, stop it. So see how like everything had to be removed from my life that wasn't serving me in order to get my next wish, you know? And it was great because what I also asked for working on that road project was getting paid more money, but also having more time to write, because I was really into writing at the time. And I literally birthed my business at that job. Like, got paid for it and birthed my business at that job. Started the coaching, started my website, like it all kicked off from there because I got what I asked for. Like, it was pretty amazing. So see how actually easy it is. So I'll give you some of the steps to help you craft your own wishes. First thing is, obviously, we need to be in a calm space of energy. So if you feel like you need to do meditation or sit outside in nature, ground yourself, that is the perfect way to start your wish crafting experience. So second is, be clear on what you want. Get clear about it. So like I said, you can, you know, manifest anything you want, but you have to hold it loosely, and also you have to not be attached to the outcome. So, you know, like the examples I've given you, so think of your own, what do you want? Make a bit of a list. Just do a mind dump, because sometimes we trip ourselves up with, oh, it's got to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, write 20 things you want, write 30, right? Just go mind dump. Don't think about, I want this, I want that. You know, I want a new wardrobe, I want a new bathroom, I want whatever it is for you, new car. You know, I want to manifest my own business. I want new ideas for my business. Just write, mind dump everything you want. Then when you're done, go back and prioritize it. So go, okay, first thing I actually want is I want more guidance about my business. So I'll make that number one. And then second would be, oh, this one over here, I really want to get a dog. You know, like, and just keep going through your list till they're all numbered. So it'll help you figure out your first focus about what you want. So next step for wish crafting is asking for what you want. So you'll need to do this with an exercise of distraction. So also make a list of what distractions you can do. So mine's walking, also light dancing, chanting for me, driving, journaling, walking through water. So like say if you're at the pool and you just, instead of swimming, you're actually just gently walking through the water and you're like, okay, preparing myself to ask for what I want. What do I want? So it's like a gentle movement and you're just in this beautiful light energy of flow. And then when you know what you want and you're ready, this is like a good beginning experience for you. So you're like preparing your wish crafting foundation. Walking through the water and I feel good and I'm just pondering stuff. Okay, what do I want to wish for today? Use your list or just have a play. Yeah, I really want to manifest this cool shiny black car, and yeah, I don't care how I get it, it's just what I want. And then once you make that wish, like you jump into that water and you do freestyle, like you dive in and you go as fast as you can to distract yourself, and then start thinking about, oh, okay, what am I going to make for dinner? Like you got to distract yourself, so you let it go. And then the next step is to let it go. Let it go completely, like no thoughts about it again, no, oh, what time is it? Like, when is that going to manifest? Like you literally have to let it go, and that's where the distraction kind of comes in. So that will help you with that. And what will also help is, you know, say planning something, planning a project or whatever, or having something scheduled straight after. Say you're doing this exercise and you go meet up with friends and you go have fun. Fun is the easiest way to manifest. So once we've like had fun, done our distractions, let things go, we need to listen for inspired action. The universe will give you signs as to what action you need to take next. Like for my friend in my house, it was him saying, go see a broker. Like, you know, so you will be given signs through the universe, or through watching something, or through reading something, or, you know, through TV, or through friends. Like it will come at you, or even numbers like, you know, 1212 or 24, 36, like look them up. You will get answers from the universe as to what you need to do. They might say rest. They might say just meditate 10 minutes a day. They might say be open. And really you do receive a lot of, you know, people talk about meditation, you know, and it's just so overused that people are just like, oh, no, I can't do it. But the thing is, if you just sit there in a light meditation, walking is meditation, gentle walking through water is meditation. If you just sit there in that light energy, that is when we receive information from the collective consciousness, or from our spirit guides, or from the universe or the spirit team. That's when it can come into us. That's when we receive messages. But when we're like busy, running around all the time, beating ourselves up for eating that pizza, we can't receive messages when we're keeping ourselves in a low vibration. So just remember that, to keep your energy nice and light and open, and be willing to receive the message when the universe wants to give it to you, which is the right time. And then you'll be led to inspired action. And that's what we're looking for, inspired action from a calm space, not from, oh, panicking, I need to do something now, oh my God, help me, you know? So just try to keep those things in mind. And the more you practice it, the easier it will get. And I guess the biggest thing I've learned from wish crafting and how to do it is to notice when my ego kicks in and goes, why don't I have this now? I deserve this, you know, and you do. But not from that space. You know, you can't be a demanding toddler and with the universe. I've done it a lot. I'm not saying, you know, don't do it. If you feel like you need to do it. I'm just pointing out that, you know, that's not the best energy to be in, to be open to receiving. So our egos will kick in and be impatient and demanding. And just notice when you're in that heavy, dense, frustrating energy, and that's really going to be a block for your manifestations. So finally, as I mentioned before, make yourself a distraction list. If you start to actually fall into that egoic energy of give it to me now, I deserve it, damn you, I've seen my future, give it to me now. You know, if you start to fall into that I want now, you know, decreasing in vibrationary thoughts, check your distraction list. Okay, this is what I love doing. Okay, I love painting, I want to do that. You know, for me, it's like I love making videos, so go do that. Or, you know, go make outfits from your clothing, you know, stuff like that. What brings you joy, make a list of that. So when you fall into that frustration, the energy of frustration, and you start to get demanding, just go, okay, and I lift my vibration again. What do I need to do to like pull myself out of this, you know? And that's really, really going to help you. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know and have fun wishcrafting, everyone. See ya, bye.